Good morning and welcome to this edition of the Lynne Hayes Freeland Show. I got to tell you, as crazy as this world is, for me, it's an exciting time because there's so much to talk about. I feel like we need a 2-hour show every week because there's so many issues. Today, I'm so excited to introduce to some, present to others, Dr. Angela Reynolds. I feel like I want to say she's the new CEO of the YWCA of Greater Pittsburgh, and I think new is still kind of appropriate. Yeah, you've been here a little while, but new is still appropriate. Welcome. You're here at a great time, but also a challenging time.
Yes, very much so. So I started February 24th of 2020. So that was a couple of weeks before COVID was declared a pandemic and everything started shutting down. So I'm in this place of, hello, I'm your new CEO, please get used to me. Oh, by the way, now we have to all go home and we're going to work from home and trust that this is all going to work out. But fortunately, I have a great team. I have a fantastic board, very talented staff, and we're just making things happen. Also looking at it in terms of the issues of the racial unrest in our country, the awakening that's happening for some people. I mean, issues that many of us have been familiar with for a while, but as others are coming into this awakening period, understanding it aligns so much with our vision and our mission and where I was heading with the organization anyway. So gave us an opportunity to really start to solidify our place and our voice.
I was going to say, so in that regard, it's a great time for you at the YWCA because so much of the YWCA's mission deals with, obviously, with women, with gender equity, with race equity, and it's happening at a time that those are issues that are front and center. I mean, you couldn't have picked a better time in a weird sort of way.
And that's the hard part of it, Lynn, right? So when you look at it, one, there's that part of me that says we shouldn't be here, right? We're in 2020, right? This is not a place where we should still be, yet we are. And so if we are, then what are we going to do about it? So when I arrived at YWCA, I mean, we had dealt with Breonna Taylor, we had dealt with Ahmaud Arbery, we had also dealt with Christian Cooper. I know Christian Cooper wasn't killed, but just that platform that allowed the woman to say, I'm going to call the police and say that there is a Black male threatening me. It's like those undercurrents that exist are those aspects where we're saying, why are we still here at this period of time? In other forums, I've spoken about my mother. So I have my 80-year-old mother who lives with me, love her, she's my heart. And she grew up in Augusta, Georgia. So she was involved in sit-ins. She actually went and fought so I could go to any restaurant I want to. And she actually went to this place in terms of civil rights because her expectation was that her children wouldn't have to, right? And also looking at the fact that my children were protesting in 2014. And then here we are back here again. And so you're right, it's definitely an opportunity. It's a chance for us to come together, but it's really an opportunity for us to get this right. Don't want to go back to where we were and to say, how will things look different? Not just in 2021, but how are things going to look different in 2020? So I've been really pleased with many of the efforts that I've been seeing happening, not just around the city, but also around the county. I will say I'm just really proud of a lot of the grassroots organizations who have been on the front lines working with these issues before it came to an awakening point for many people. And so YWCA has an opportunity in areas where we can advocate, where we can work for systems change, but also to amplify voices of many of our community partners who have been shouting from the rooftops that we need to get to a place of racial justice.
So here we are, summer of 2020. I'm going to be real candid with you. My summers as a young girl meant swimming on Wood Street at the YWCA.
Oh, okay.
And now this building is for sale. That's a huge change in the landscape of downtown and in the history of the YWCA.
It is a huge change, and you're not the only one that has spoken to me about swimming in the pool at the YWCA. And actually, when the first person mentioned it to me, I said, okay, I know I'm new, but someone turn on the lights. I'm going to go check out this pool because there is history, right? There is a legacy there. It was not a hard decision. So it was not an easy decision. It was a very hard decision in terms of selling the building. That being said, when we come to this place of opportunity and looking at the changes that have happened in the organization, We have had a dramatic decrease in staff. We have about 20 of our employees that were working out of that downtown building,
Wow.
4 floors above ground. You have 3 floors going down. Tremendous building, wonderful effort. I mean, I looked at the drawings from the original plans. I looked at the history. I looked at a lot of the paperwork that was saved in terms of the women who sacrificed to make that happen. And so one of the things that I do want to say now, and I appreciate this opportunity for, a more open forum to let my voice come out, is thank you. Thank you not only to the women in terms of what they did for that building, thanks to all of the supporters in building that building, but also for the legacy of YWCA, period. We're talking about an organization over 150 years old that has been creating change in our region, that's been on the front lines of racial justice for many, many years. So we're looking at our new home, and we have not figured out what that will be yet. And we're still, the property was just listed, so we're still in the process of receiving those offers and seeing what will happen. But I do thank you for the opportunity to be able to honor the legacy, and we will continue to find ways to do that.
Absolutely. We'll take a commercial break when we come back. And as I said, I mean, we talk about gender equity, and you came into a city that, I got to be honest, if I had heard the reputation of Pittsburgh before, I don't know that I'd have been so excited about coming here. Obviously, you thought it was a challenge. We're going to talk about that and so much more when the Lynne Hayes Freeland Show continues. So don't go away. We'll be right back.